following portion of Living Local DMV is sponsored by Ashburn Children's Dentistry. Welcome back, everyone. What if your baby's breathing and feeding could shape their future growth and even how they sleep? Today we are exploring how tiny movements from the tongue to the jaw can influence a child's oral development. Joining us to unpack how early intervention can support health growth are doctors Krystle and Lynda Dean Duru. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. Well, Dr. Lynda, first of all, I wanted to congratulate you on being inducted into a really prestigious organization. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, I just got inducted as a fellow of the Pierre Fauchard Academy. It's an international organization that honors dentists for leadership and service and clinical excellence and things like that. So yeah, that's very exciting.
Fantastic. And I love seeing those photos of you being honored, which is incredible. And you both have been quite busy. You were both at an event called Airway Palooza 2025. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
I love the name. Can we talk more about what that is?
Yeah, this was an event held in Fort Lauderdale, brought together medical professionals, myofunctional therapists, dentists, and lactation. And these are all professionals who unite in the fact that, especially this year's theme, that the foundations of airway, breathing, and sleep start at birth. And our talk that we had talked about the same things and how the breathing pattern, the feeding pattern, everything needed to support a child. Early on, it starts at birth. So yeah, this was an amazing, we got to be with our mentors and people we've admired for a while and be able to speak on the same stage. So that was awesome.
Fantastic.
It was a good time.
We're seeing right now the fashion is impeccable too. You're not just amazing dentists, you're fashionistas. Oh,
Yes.
Hold on. Can I become a dentist so I can go to that next year?
Absolutely.
This looks too good. This looks too good.
It was a good time.
It looks like it. I want to talk about airway dentistry, speaking of which as well. What is this and how can it help our kids?
Well, when we talk about airway dentistry, we're really talking about what it is that happens when a baby is able to breathe through their nose properly, move their tongue well, and also swallow correctly, because those build and sculpt the face. And this is very important even starting from infancy. And so most parents don't know that a lot of times when things are commonly said, oh, this is common, like reflux, sleeping problems, snoring, things like that, they are just warning signs that your airway or your growth of your face is being compromised already. So when they say that it's common, it doesn't mean that it's normal.
Okay, that makes sense. And you know, there's a saying that you know, there's a line in one of the talks you all gave, we don't grow out of dysfunction, we grow around it.
Yes.
Which is such a great phrase.
Yes, yeah, because so many people hear from their pediatricians or providers are going to grow out of it.
Right.
And really kids, they grow around dysfunction. And so if something like your suck, swallow, and breathe reflex, which is something we have initially, is not a working pattern and doesn't work initially, kids, the body's going to find a workaround, which makes the baby and the kid work, the nervous system work a lot harder. The tongue as a growth engine is necessary and to widen the palate, to be able to help grow the face, grow the airway, but also to help to tell the brain to relax.
Right.
So it's extremely important in the development, and so if those patterning, or if the patterning is not developed early, then the body will find a workaround, but we don't want to have a workaround. You know, we want to grow. We want to thrive.
Right, for optimal growth.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people and maybe a lot of parents might say, oh, he'll grow out of it, she'll grow out of it. But, you know, a lot of times that's not quite the case.
Exactly.
So definitely important. Also at this event, you showed off some tools that were kind of interesting or new or surprising. I want to know about the hot new dentistry tools.
Right? Well, we just showed how we use laser neuromodulation, which is just light therapy, commonly called baby lays and oral lays. It's just a tool that helps to reset the the body. It helps to loosen up fascia, it helps to increase blood flow, it helps the brain to reset as best as possible. And a lot of times when we use it on infants, it helps to improve function so the baby can breathe and sleep well and nurse well. And so in our practice, we don't generally just rush to doing surgical tongue-tied releases because some of these methods, this new particular method, helps us release the fascia and the babies can nurse better. And we just never work alone because we always work with a village. And our village is usually the osteopathic physician, like lactation consultants, ENTs, pediatricians, craniosacral therapists. There's a lot of people in that village, and each person has a role to play because the whole body is connected.
Absolutely.
It's not just a tongue tie.
Right.
Everything is connected, yes.
Well, really important stuff, and I know all of these things that you all talked about and learned about and showed will connect to your office here in DC. But if people want to find out more or make an appointment, how can they do that?
They can follow us online at Ashburn Children's Dentistry on Facebook and Instagram, or they can check our website, kidsmile.com, that's KIDZ smile.com, or the good old phone, 703-723-8440.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for joining me on the couch.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And again, congrats.
Well, thank you very much.
Mine's coming soon.
We're manifesting
So stay tuned. I was inducted. I just didn't get to.
She just hasn't got the ceremony yet.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't in town.
And look, when that happens, we'll be showing the photos.
Stay tuned. Exactly.
Exactly. Well, thank you both again so much.
Thank you.
Really great to see you.
Absolutely. You too. And the preceding portion of Living Local DMV is sponsored by Ashburn Children's Dentistry.